There are things happening right now which has never happened in the past. Guys, the financial markets is at the edge of a collapse. We are seeing a huge transition, and in today's video we are going to have a deep dive into all of the data. We are going to start off with having a look at the regular financial markets. Then we are going to go through the Bitcoin charts. Afterwards we are going to have a look at some altcoins, and I have some announcements to make in this video as well. So it's very important that you watch this video from the start till the end, because a lot of people are actually confused right now with what's happening, and we might get a little bit a clearer picture of the macro perspective and the macro situation that we are in right now. But let's start off with this crazy news article, guys, before you hit the thumbs up, and that is that JP Morgan Chase stocks slips after bank says the CEO Jamie Dimon, who used to be so much against Bitcoin and now suddenly likes blockchain, right, is selling 1 million shares. That is quite a lot, because he has roughly 8 million shares in the company. He's selling more than 10%, and this is the first time in the history of JP Morgan Chase that the CEO, Jamie Dimon, is selling the stock of that bank, of his own bank. So that says a lot about what this guy is doing, because he's selling stock because he also sees that banks will have less and less and less value. Right, he also sees that transition, that banks will be less important and that people will more go to digital currencies. And yeah, I can see it in Holland as well. Like, most of the banks in Holland, they don't even have offices anymore. Most of the stuff is based on AI. You can create an account online. You don't see any person. If you call the help desk, you will get an AI person, like, where you have to talk to, where they say, like, speak right now, very loud, what you want. You know, you get crazy from it. But I think this just shows us a little bit the confidence what important people in the financial industry have in the markets right now. So Jamie Dimon is selling. We have seen the CEO of Uber. I've also mentioned that right here on the channel, is selling the stock. We have Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, selling Apple stock. I mean, if you're that confident in your own company, right, you wouldn't sell your stocks. Right, there is a reason why these people sell their stocks. They are preparing for something, and it's not crazy, because if you look at the S&P 500, guys, it is free falling. It is free falling, and the interest rates are not even coming down. So that is another crazy thing. So often what we have seen is that when the interest rates are coming down, we are seeing the free fall, or we are basically seeing the bigger correction because of that transition. But right now the interest rates are not even coming down. So this is quite unique what is happening. The S&P 500 structure-wise is not so unique, because if you have a look at the S&P 500 divided by the money supply, so taking inflation into consideration, we've been looking at this already for months. So this was a resistance level which we touched in 2020, here in 2022 at the top. So if we look at the normal regular financial markets, you see the whole time new all-time high, new all-time high, new all-time high. But if you just look at the money supply, there are no all-time highs. We always touch that same high, and then we get rejected and we get pulled down. Then we got the white support line, and the moment we break the white support line, we get somewhat of a waterfall, right? Here we got it, here we got it, and right now it looks like we get it too. So it's kind of very logical from a technical structure what is happening right now with the regular financial markets. What is less logical is that Bitcoin is just blasting up while the regular financial markets are going down. And guys, I have an announcement to make as well. We just have a new partner over on the channel. That partner is called BingX Exchange. And on BingX Exchange, you can trade Bitcoin and many other trading pairs without KYC. So you can also trade Tesla, Apple, Google, the S&P 500, Nasdaq, GameStop. all using US dollar Tether as collateral. So you also can trade Forex, indices, commodities, and so on next to all the crypto trading pairs. And this exchange, you don't need any KYC. And the first 100 signups that are signing up with the affiliate link down below will get $100 US to trade with on this platform. So guys, that is very generous of them. We still have spots left, so make sure that you scroll below this video and join BingX with the affiliate link down below. Then guys, let's go to the next chart. That is the Dixie. The Dixie is still showing strength, so that makes it even more confusing, because if we then look at this chart where we can see the interest rates are going up, right? Dixie is going up. Okay, that is not good for risk on assets. So the S&P 500 is going down. The transportation index, which is a leading indicator for the S&P 500 or risk on assets, is also going down. But then comes one thing. Bitcoin is going up. And like I said in my video yesterday, guys, we have to be very, very careful what the F is going on here. Because it can either mean two things. And both things, you really have to be careful, because both things, if you don't handle them good, you're screwed. You're basically screwed. So I'm going to try and focus more on this channel, how we can prepare for either scenario, right? That is very important, because what the two scenarios that I want to discuss is we either have a delay, right? I will explain what that is, or we will have a 16-year cycle. So let's start off with the delay. That is the easiest one, right? So you can see right here, interest rates going up, the S&P 500 coming down, the transportation index, which is the chart right here, is at the levels where we were at March 2020. That one is going down hard. The interest rates are very high. The interest rates are at the levels where we were when we saw the fall of the Lehman Brothers in 2007, 2008. So the macro environment for risk on assets, or for money in general, is very bad, because money is scarce, which means that there is less. Like, if we would view money as water, there's less water flowing in the economy, because water is very scarce, because the water is getting sucked up by interest rates and stuff like that. So you have to think a little bit about the mechanics, right? When the interest rates are low, money is cheap. People start to borrow, that flows into the economy. So there's a lot of transportation. Maybe that's not the right word, but there's a lot of flow going on, right? Which makes it able to flow from one market to another market, and new money being generated and flowing to the financial markets, which is great for risk on assets. But when interest rates are high, money is very expensive. You don't borrow money easily, because you have to pay it with high interest rates. So this has a huge impact on the economy. So when no one is borrowing money, and the government is not printing money, also not borrowing money, then where does new liquidity come from to enter the markets? It's not. So what happens with the markets when no new liquidity enters? It goes down, because sooner or later people need their liquidity for other things. It's the most easiest thing. The crazy part is just that Bitcoin right now is going up, which is something we haven't seen, because most of the time these markets are correlated, right? So the first option, a delay, right? We have the crash in the financial markets. We have a big drop in the S&P 500, maybe even going into a 1-year bear market, like a downtrend, Bitcoin just having this last rally to go up, to liquidate all the shorts, to get some exit liquidity for all the exchanges, manipulate the price up, however you want to call it, fill that CME gap, right? And then just, have that delay and just come back down, fill the CME gap at 20, maybe even go lower, right? It's possible. That's the delay situation. Now let's have a look at the 16-year cycle. And for the 16-year cycle, let me bring out a different chart, because that will explain it better. That is the BLX. Is that this one? Yes, that is this one. And we go to the weekly time frame right here, and then we zoom out, and then we have a look at what happened here. So what we can see right here, and this is becoming already a little bit more technical. I made separate videos on the 16-year cycle if you want to know more about this. But basically what we are seeing is the same thing we have seen with the dot-com bubble in the regular financial markets. So the dot-com bubble also had 4-year cycles, but the last cycle was different. So to give you a basic explanation, we basically have a 16-year cycle consists of 4-year cycles. And the 4-year cycles goes like 3 years up, 1 year down, 3 years up, 1 year down, 3 years up, 1 year down. But the last one is flipped, 1 year up, 3 years down. So in both cases, guys, I think it's very likely for Bitcoin to enter a multi-year long bear market. Right, this market, this secular bull market needs a correction. And people can scream, yeah, this time is different and super cycle and whatever. Yes, maybe that's possible. But if history repeats or history rhymes, most likely that is not possible. We had already a 12-year uptrend. If we have a 14-year uptrend, don't you think that after a 14-year uptrend, we might have a 3-year downtrend, something like that? The regular financial markets, guys, had a massive, let me go to that, they had a massive correction after the dot-com bubble. This was the dot-com bubble, when the dot-com bubble popped. And I'm not even talking about taking inflation into consideration. I'll show you that in a bit. But it took 13 years to break that all-time high sustainable and go higher. And that is based on the US dollar valuation. If we then go, guys, to taking the money supply into consideration, then we never broke that high. This is the dot-com bubble high, guys. This is the dot-com bubble high, top. And we never really broke it. In fact, guys, and no one would recognize this because this is the illusion that most people are living in. Bull market, yeah. No, in fact, we are down. I cannot check that. But we are down significantly from that dot-com bubble top. So this is just kind of crazy, and it's still showing weakness. So like I said, we got to be careful. We either have a delay or we have that 16-year cycle. Both cases, you really want to prepare, because both cases, if they will come like suddenly, they will surprise the most of us, and people will lose a lot of money. And the thing is, because hard times are coming, if you're not prepared for those hard times, you're basically just slowly bleeding dry, right? Now, let's go to the next charts. I have some remarks to make about Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is going up, still in the uptrend, like we also expected. Right now, getting a little bit overextended, but I think there's still that last push possible right here to that 61.80%, which makes a lot of sense because there is a lot of former support right here at that level. That is measured from the top right here till the bottom right there. So it would really make sense to touch that level. If we do touch that level, I think it's very good to use Bitcoin to go into altcoins. Some other things we have to say, the total market cap of crypto still hasn't broke the highs. So that is also something worth noting. So when this thing doesn't get broken, there's basically no new liquidity in the markets. That shows weakness. But right now we already have seen the breakout in the relative strength index. So I would assume that this sooner or later is going to break to the upside. BNB, guys, we already have been talking about BNB for months, but this one against Bitcoin is just looking so ugly, and we can see another big drop from the levels we are right now till roughly maybe even under 50%. So I already said right here, right, when we were close to this top, I already made multiple videos saying like, guys, if you own any BNB token, sell it, please sell it, because this token will definitely perform very, very bad in the coming years. And against US dollar and against the Bitcoin as well. And we just broke the middle of the channel. We retested it as resistance, and this thing is just doomed to go down, similar as we have seen right here. Also funny that this was also in October, November, December 2020, and we see the similar time frame right now. Okay, that is a periodical, very interesting. Then this one, guys, GMX. We've called GMX on Will Alerts, which is the private Telegram channel where we are giving extra trading setups, altcoins to pick, more videos right here we called GMX against US dollar Tether and against Bitcoin to break out. This thing is breaking out right now, is up roughly 13%, so that is very, very profitable, guys. Very beautiful. If you want to join Will Alerts as well, you can right now join by joining Bybit, BingX or BitGet with the affiliate link down below. And like I said earlier, guys, BingX is the new partner. They are the new exchange on the block. They don't have any KYC. So on Bybit you need KYC, on BitGet you need KYC, on BingX you don't need KYC, and this is very good. Maybe they change it in the future. You don't know, because the same was with BitGet. But it's always good to be prepared, right? If the bull market comes, if you need to shift money left and right, you should already have your accounts in place over on these exchanges. And when, especially on exchanges that don't have a KYC, because if there will be any KYC problems in your country, you always have an alternative where you directly can flip to, right? So BingX right now has no KYC. Other advantages that this exchange has is that you can trade stocks, you can trade forex, you can trade indices like S&P 500, Dow Jones, you can trade commodities as well, all using US dollar Tether as collateral. And guys, if you join BingX right now with the affiliate link down below, you can get a $100 trading bonus next to the 9,600 bonus that you can get for a certain trading volume and certain deposits. That $100 is for the first 100 signups, because they just partnered with this channel. And yeah, guys, would highly recommend to join BingX, because first come first serve. And the last time we had free money giveaway with BitGet, those slots were very, very quickly filled. So if you are interested, make sure to join and check with the affiliate link down below. Guys, that was it for today's video. I'm very curious what you think is going to happen. Are we seeing that delay, or are we seeing really that 16-year cycle playing out where I have been talking about since already the beginning of this year? I'm very excited, because definitely it looks like this cycle that we are seeing is again different than the previous cycle. So all the cycles are different with different narratives, and just very interesting. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. If you are new and you want to stay connected with me, make sure to subscribe down below. I want to wish every single one of you a beautiful Saturday, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.